I did it, guys. I become the Sonic Frontiers, and I have some thoughts. I was expecting this game to be bad. Like, really bad. If I was a betting man, I would have put a lot of money down on this game being worse than Forces. Open World is a bold new direction for the series, and there's been one good game since Generations came out in 2011, and Sonic Team didn't even develop it. After being greatly disappointed with practically every aspect of Sonic Forces, when this game got announced in early 2021, I had no faith in it. Even after seeing gameplay, I couldn't get invested because there was no proof that the outcome was going to be different. There's one key difference between me when this game was first teased and now. I have a bad YouTube channel where I review video games. As we got closer to release, I only saw this game as content. I'll stream it and have a great time ripping into it with chat. Then I'll make a review trashing it, and the video will do numbers because YouTube promotes negative content way more than it does positive content. I don't remember which review it was, but in one of them I had a section that I ended up cutting where I say that Sonic Frontiers is going to be the first negative review I make. I was that confident that this game was going to be bad. Then something strange happened. I didn't hate it. In fact, I liked it. A lot. I was floored. Shocked. Hell, I hit myself in confusion. So let's start this positive review with the stuff I didn't like. The Windows 95 wallpaper world design didn't bother me too much, but I can see why people don't like it. It really started to wear thin by the later levels where it seemed like they were only making those sections 2D so you couldn't cheese them. Those sections have a trigger that make it 2D, and when you skip it, it just feels weird. It felt more prevalent in the last two worlds, and it could have just been a coincidence that I was running into these 2D sections more late game than early game. The Overworld is at its most fun when you can abuse the level design, and it's just harder to do that in 2D. The story did have moments I enjoyed because it's kind of fucking weird. Shoutouts to the comic book writer for acknowledging previous games in the series, but it wasn't until around the third world where I knew what was going on in the game. It definitely just messes around up until then. The combat is serviceable. It was flashy, but I feel like I would have enjoyed it more if Bayonetta 3 didn't come out a week before. Bayo 3 is some of the best combat I've ever experienced. The next game I played was going to have a rough time following it up, no matter what game it was. I didn't really care about the stats and the progression that much. Being able to grind rings should have been cut, and the infinite boost should have been an ability you unlocked. I found after I got hit, I would just spin around in circles until I had max rings again. And every single time I noticed I lost the infinite boost, I would just get it back. It just made some stuff redundant in parts. The game could have been better on a technical level too. I was getting a lot of pop-in on PS5, and I can't imagine what it's like on Switch. But that's where my criticisms end. I didn't like some mechanics, and it can run better. Running around in this game is very fun. They did the bare minimum for a Sonic game. Let's fucking go. It's been a while, okay? This is a win. I wish you didn't lose all momentum when you jumped, but I get why they made that choice. At least you can fling yourself off of something instead of Sonic flying in a direction. I hope they don't cut that. It was very fun. The homing attack has a bit too much ending lag for my liking, but it didn't hurt my enjoyment. One of the best changes to Sonic's kit is that little jump you get after boosting. It can be used to get to higher places, but you have to land before you can boost in the air again. It's such an amazing addition. The speed increase you get at max rings is such a blast. I wish the cutscene only played once. I got so sick of it by the end of the game. I guess Sonic just has electric powers now. Thanks, movie. Sonic's movement kit overall is very fun, which makes the overworld sections great to traverse. But the highlight of the game is easily the cyberspace levels. I was surprised how many of them were just remakes of older levels, but the movement in them is so fun that I don't really care. I was always excited when I got to a new one. You can really see in speedruns of these levels how amazing the movement can be. Very excited to see the speedrunning scene for this game develop. Really, this game is built more like a collectathon than an open world game. There's a lot of collect X amount of Y to open Z. I wasn't expecting this to be built like a collectathon with 5 levels. We don't get a lot of them anymore, and it was just nice seeing a game laid out like this again. The puzzles were fine. I just wish some of them weren't tied to the time of day. This game is just fun. I'm not sure if there's really much more I can say. Oh, fishing! I was very excited to see that back. Any game is an instant 10 out of 10 if they add fishing. And the music, it is so fucking good. I was very taken aback when the first boss fight theme started. Cyberspace level had a bop attached to it. I know Sonic games always have fantastic soundtracks except for Forces, and this game really hit it out of the park. Sonic Frontiers did the impossible, and it wasn't just that it was a good game. It restored my faith in this team. That's what Forces set me up for. But once I started playing it, it was slowly winning me over with its fun movement, levels, a banger of a soundtrack, and collectathon world design. As a Sonic enjoyer, this is easily an 8 out of 10. If you love Sonic, this must be a high 9. You guys are eating good right now. If you don't like Sonic and the movement in this series, it's probably a 5 out of 10 at best. I don't see this game changing the minds of haters anytime soon. It's very geared towards the core of the fan base, and when you've had it as hard as Sonic fans over the last decade, this is exactly the game Sega needed to make. Definitely looking forward to that DLC. Do you agree? Think I'm an idiot? Comment down below. Dislike the video if you think Sonic fucks the pain away, leaving his bed in ruin, much like the original lyrics to the credits theme, and subscribe for more bad content. Follow me on other platforms if you want. Take care, guys.
Oh no! Anyway,